Well, welcome back, everybody. This will be the layout update for January 2020. I know I said I would try to get one up before the end of the year, and I just didn't. Work is really hectic right now. What I've done since my absence, I've actually got my piers done. If you can see them now, they're all inset in the casings and they're all painted. And all the way back to the base back here, and then all the way down to the end, if you can see that way down yonder. I've also ballasted my track, or I'm starting to ballast it. I'm still working out a few little kinks, and of course I gotta glue my pillars down for my bridge, but until I get them weathered and all, I'm not gonna do that. The bridge will be the last thing I set in, but I've still got to wire it, so I can't do too much there. I still got to put the top plates up around the pillars for the top of the bridge to kind of give it a good clean look. And that's really about it. I haven't done too much on the back, on the shell refinery. I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm fixing to show you what I've been doing. So that's pretty much all the work that's took place on this section of the layout in the last 6 or 8 weeks. And before I do that, I'll take you around, and I'm going to try to do this slow. Yeah, so here's your pier, your first pier. And you'll see that I've got a piece of wood there to give it a nice clean look. Of course, it's got to be painted, and then of course I've also have to put a same kind of type of plate at the top of every one of these piers, and they are in alignment. Going down, you can see exactly how much of an alignment I got them. So they're pretty spot on. Of course, this is not a real bridge, so I'm not really that important on getting your accuracy right, but they are for the most part accurate, and they're even. Everything is even, so I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna take you back now over here to the other side, and I'm trying to move slow because I'm trying to not jerk the camera. I got a new they call it a notebook, I believe, or something like that. A tablet, I think. It takes great pictures. The only problem is the camera is only pointed towards you. There's no external camera. So I'm gonna have to get one, and I saw one the other day. I think that was for about, I don't know, it might have been $50, $59, almost $60. So I'm gonna get one for it. I've already got a mic for it. So next time I do a video, I'd say next month, but I'm not gonna say that. But the next time I get a video up, hopefully I'll be using it, and I'll give you a lot better picture, and you'll be able to hear me better, and maybe I don't know, this won't shake so bad, but the video will be better anyway. So what I'm taking you around, showing you right now, is what I have been doing, what I have been focusing on. And there's a lot here to cover. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with the road. We'll try to get my hand as still as possible. The first things you're going to see are these right here, these reflectors. I've started putting the reflectors down on each, between each turning area here, between each line. I've still got to put my turn arrows down this turning lane. But if you look, I've got the first set of sidewalk in. And now this is what I was talking about doing. And of course, because this is going to be an adjacent road, I've curbed that. And the plaster, all I got to do is pour plaster in this. So I'm going to fill it up here to the height of the board, and then bring it down to meet the road here. So this is going to be the exit. And then over here on the entrance, I'm doing the same thing. You can see the old shoulder. but this will all be filled in with plaster, and you won't be able to tell it. But now you get what I was talking about when I was telling you that the sidewalk will continue on. And yes, even here, and it will go all the way to meet up the sidewalk that is back here. Okay, so all that's going to come right on through here, and then right on down this way. There'll probably be a gap here for this access into the water tower here at the Town of Russelle, a water tower. I did cut those lights down as best I can, and I did realize it is the reflection off of this big lamp over here. So it just you can see the glare difference. And then when I really show you, I can't cover it all, but I can cover enough that you can see what I'm talking about. In person, you can actually see the name, and it's not like that. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. So the Dairy Queen, I've been really paying a lot of attention to it. I've got the grass in, and the grass will go all the way, and it does go all the way to the front, and it goes over here. And then over on the back side as well, if you can see that, I've got it all the way down on the back side, which I got to put a ladder there where the back door's at. You can also see that I've put in my parking, my lamps for the parking lot. I've got to still, I'm trying to hold this very still. I still got to put my, God, I can't never think of nothing when I'm on camera. I got to put my parking, what do you call them? The concrete barrier, whatever they are, the bumpers. I got to put them in, and I still got to put the handicap parking here, and I'm going to put a ramp as well, and I'm also going to put the handicap parking sign up there on the side, and I'm going to take you around to the side of the building. You can see how DQ is, and I've got some touch-ups I've got to do around the signage. I was trying to make the light come through, and for the most part it does, but I had to re-sand it down, so now I've got to fill in them gaps and cover up so the light won't come through the building. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on. On the front end, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to install some really bright lights in the grass that shines up on the Dairy Queen sign and the grill and chill part. Or I might just maybe run some lights above that and maybe put one shining upwards on the Dairy Queen. I'm not really sure. I have put a lot of lights in this building. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, that's 12, 13 lights, including the one under the drive-thru. You can see the drive-thru's lit up. Of course, I don't have decals on the windows and nothing yet. The store's not fitted out. The roof is still removable. I can still pop it up because I still got to put people in there, and I got to do the menu boards and all that we had talked about. And I'm gonna zoom in so you can see that. But I still got to do that. So, and then as far as the sign on the road, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to light the sign up, and I want to put a, I'm gonna use some styrene and make a sign here for specials, and maybe put something up on the reader board. But this sidewalk was just done by strips of styrene, and that's really the main thing. They have been laid down, and under this, believe it or not, is double-sided tape. I used it to build it up to the height that I needed and the width that I needed, and I cut out the old cork and replaced it with that. And then all of this here, I don't want to get too close, but refocus. So all this in here is going to be cut out. Well, this won't so much be. This will be plastered, but this here will also be done the same exact way. Yes, and another project I've been working on, and I want to really try to get this still, is my shell. station. I have all 8 pumps done. I even built handles to them. I went just a little bit of extra mile to build them handles. And yes, it was very grueling and very, very delicate. But in the end, I would rather see that than a wire just going up into a hole. Now, Per Larson did a great job. I'm not saying he didn't. But I'm just that one type of person. I want more detail. I want the realistic as possible type detail. So this is what I've been working on. Now all my pumps are finished. They're not glued down. They're just sitting there. But 7 and 8 over here is your diesel aisle. And then of course the canopy, I've got the primer on it. And I've already figured out how many lights I'm going to need for underneath the canopy. And then, but I got to paint it white. And then, of course, I've got to finish it up with the shell outside and all that. So I've been working on this since the last video. And I'm going to continue to work on it. And maybe by the next video, I'll have most of that operational. And the building, of course, I got to work on it too. But what I'm going to do is jump. It's not that I'm jumping around. I'm going to try to finish each kit to the most that I can do it. Right now, I'd say this Dairy Queen's about 85% finished. Excuse me. About 85% finished. And of course, this here is not even maybe 25% at most. I doubt it. But I'll keep working. What I want to do, I want to get the kits completed. And then we'll come back and do interior details as I go. Because I want to get this town done and get it pretty much close to completion. I still got to get the backdrop up. I'm going to do that at some point. And I got to get the ballast on the back lines laid. But other than that, this is what I've been working on. And I will also show you exactly what we were talking about last time with these power poles. This is your brake feeder, which I still got to put some kind of big boxes on that. But this would be the next one up here. And you can see the weathering I've done on it. You can see that's kind of faded. And then on the next one here, which this is not even done. That's just stuck to the board. But what I'm trying to do is show you the gap difference of each individual piece between the poles. So you've got exactly 8.5, I think it's 8 or 9.5 inches between each pole. And I wanted to keep the gap about the right level, so width-wise. And then the next one would probably go, let's see, from here probably to right on the edge, somewhere right in here. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on. Like I said, I still got to put my turning signal or my turning arrows down for the center of the road. And I've got to finish the arrow here and the parking spot. And I got to fill that in with plaster. I'm going to fill this over here in with plaster. And there's a few more little details I wanted to do it before I start moving on. Besides finishing the parking spots and putting the concrete bumper park deals down. And I also got to finish this area back here where the dumpster is going to be. I'm going to enclose this here and make this kind of like a garbage with doors, so you can put garbage can. I'm going to get some garbage cans for it. And then we'll continue on. But I feel like it's not fair if I don't complete this, or at least get it semi-completed on the exterior, and then worry about the interior a little later as far as detail. And then I can go on and really start working on this one, because the next kit I get will probably be the Taco Bell, and then I'm going to start working on it. So I want to go ahead and try to get as much of this done as possible, and just to get some get some of this done. I mean, I don't want it all done right now in a hurry, and I'm not trying to rush, but I'm trying to get things accomplished. So yeah, in the meantime, not too much else has changed. Everything is pretty much still the same. I am going to take you and give you a view from this direction, and this will kind of give you an idea. I'm going to let this focus in, and this will kind of give you an idea on the scale and the way it's going to look. Of course, there will be lights on the road. I've got to put some lamp lights on the road as well. But for the most part, I think it's really coming along and it really looks nice. I haven't done anything on the extension of my road. Not since the last time I explained everything to y'all. It's still sitting there. I did go back and buy me another sheet of the balsa wood. And it's going to throw out of focus here. That big sheet. Part of that's going to be for my refinery over here at Shell. And like I said, not too much else has really been taking place over here. Nothing really, except for maybe this little bit of bridge. But I'm trying to do that because I want to get my track ballasted, and I want to get this bridge. I got to complete it before I can really ballast my track, because I want to make sure I can get under there without messing up anything. So, and one more thing while I'm thinking about this, because we're pushing 16 minutes and I don't want to push it too far. Shout out to Georgia Sunbelt. Just before Christmas, he sold me this advanced Prodigy Elite system. I love it. It's more in depth than my other. You can do consist programming on this, and routes and all that. And I'm still learning and playing with it as well. But the power station, which is under here, under that hat, it's got 3 ports in it, and it will accept the Prodigy Express other cab throttle without any issue. So I do now have 2 throttles. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to work on with that. And for the layout being the size that it is, I don't need probably more than 2. One to really just run a train, and one to do maybe some switching eventually when I start completing my industries on the rest of the layout. But yeah, I just want to give him a shout out, and really to Anthony, I love it, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's a really nice system. So yeah, I'm looking forward to really playing with it, which I really haven't done too much with it except for run some trains. But I haven't really got into depth playing around with the consisting and all that. But yeah, for this update, I think this is going to cover everything for January of 2020. Maybe in a month or 2 or 3, I don't know. I'm going to try to get one up as soon as I can. But it doesn't seem like a lot. But when you're really planning and you're getting down to detail and you're starting to complete a project, it really kind of takes up a lot of your time. But just again from the road, you can see now from this angle how the sidewalk and everything just goes right together. And I love that. It come out just like I planned it to. And so far everything is just moving right on along. So I'm Gary Nugent, and like I said, if you like this video, like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell and all, and hopefully by next video I'll be on a laptop and I'll be able to get some better video out to y'all. But for now, y'all enjoy running some trains and working on your layouts, and I'll see you soon.